of course. You can be both Muslim and trans. It's just a matter of how you navigate the intersections. I do understand that Islam doesn't explicitly address transgenderism in its core text, but I do know that the interpretations kind of are across the board, or very widely, if you will. Muslim scholars that study the, I think it's called jurisprudence, basically the traditional Muslim text. Some of them kind of believe in that whole traditionalist sort of mindset, similar to how a conservative kind of views a trans person, where Deuteronomy 2:25 kind of like states it's somewhat in this modern day interpretation of like, it's like a middle finger to God and an abomination, yada yada yada. Original text was more or less like, the Greek version, at least the translated Bible, was like, oh, men should not do a woman's job and a woman shouldn't do a man's job, whatever. But it's like a Muslim sort of fiqh, I think, or jurisprudence. They might argue that transitioning contradicts you're supposed to be born as, and you're kind of going against that, so to speak, you know what I mean? But if we're going to go to your realm, where it's like there's the queer and more progressive, I guess, Muslim, if you will, which they're pointing to like the Quran's emphasis on being merciful towards not only yourself but other people, and not oppressing people, or let alone yourself, you know. But the more progressive, queer, affirming, or identifying Muslims are definitely ones that see transitioning as aligning with the body and soul and what have you. But again, it just is a matter of how you navigate the different intersections of the Muslim realm, if you will. I mean, even in the Quran, they do mention sort of like gender-based, gender-diverse roles in society back in the ancient time. I forgot what his name was, but it was like that effeminate man that Muhammad had basically said, don't harm him just based off of his beliefs and stuff like that. I get that. I think all in all, I don't want to rant too much. I was just reinforcing and reemphasizing the person with the hijab and what they were saying.